Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we are doing yet another speed build and we are going to decorate this sunken area. And I have decided to turn this into a hospital, or I'm at least going to try. I terraformed this area in one of my Let's Plays, so if you're interested to see that, you can go and watch that video. But anyways, I am super excited to do this build. I've been having this idea in my mind for a long time. I also downloaded some new custom designs, which you will see, and I think they look cool, but I had some issues with them, but we will get back to that later. Firstly, I just tried to use some simple panels here in the corner to kind of make it look like a house. I was thinking about trying to use more custom panels, but then I just gave up and we are just gonna have the tree pieces here in the corner. That's just how it's going to be. I'm sorry. I already struggled way too much just trying to place down 3 simple panels, so I think we all should be glad we don't have to go through an entire video of me messing with more simple panels. In this video, you're going to see me place down a lot of path. The entire speed build is almost just me placing down path, but I think this is so cool. I downloaded this broken up tile, mosaic tile, or bathroom tile almost, because I think it's pretty normal to have tiles in a hospital, and this also had the perfect mixture of elegant but also overgrown and ruined, which is what I want. It also had quite a few different versions to switch between, so some of the tiles are more broken up than others, and I think that really helps to make it look more interesting and not so monotone, if I can use monotone to describe a path. Anyway, I've been wanting to make a hospital because I think hospitals are a bit creepy, and I want to have an overall creepy, mysterious vibe over my island. So then a hospital seemed perfect. This area is not too big, but it's also not too small either. At first I thought I would struggle with the space, but in the end I was actually happy I didn't have to add more stuff. I had a loose idea that I wanted to section it into different parts, where one is the reception and one is like all the beds where the sick people are, and then one more office space. You won't really notice it unless I say it because the area is so small, but that's what I had in mind at least. I also really like that there's a little waterfall and a pond here, because in my head the river would have kind of eroded away the hospital, and that's why it's broken, and then with all the new fresh water that allowed all the trees to grow. Yeah, you will see in the end it looks better than now. It's just very plain and simple. Anyway, how are you guys doing? And as usually, I'm gonna talk about how I am doing. I have had both a good and a bad week. I had a poster presentation that was 40% of my grade a few days ago, and my group won a little award for having the best poster, so that was really nice. We even got like an actual award, which I didn't expect. They had bought everyone in the group a little thermo cup with the university logo, which was super cute because I was considering buying that anyways. But my happiness was unfortunately very short, because 2 hours later I got a message that my plane got delayed by 3 days, and that's the plane I'm going to take when I'm moving back home, so it's in 3 weeks, and I was excited to go home and be able to relax with my family, but now I can't, and I originally had a weekend to spend at home before I had to start working, but now I just arrive at the airport and then have to go straight to work, so yeah, that's sad. And I had to call the flight company because I think it's so strange that they can do that, honestly, and they're not going to pay me any compensation for it either. Because if I was a tourist, I'd have bought those plane tickets, I would have to pay for a hotel for 3 extra days, and that is super expensive, but they don't care. Luckily, I still had my apartment that I live in currently for 3 more days, so that was just long enough for me to survive and not be homeless. And it's also the second time they rebook me, which I think it's super strange. Yeah, at least then I get some days here to be on my own. Everybody else is going home, so I'm just gonna be very lonely and sad. But maybe I could try out streaming, maybe, so I won't be so alone if my Wi-Fi and computer can handle it, it would be very fun. I've been thinking a lot about it, but I'm also scared that if I try to stream that nobody would show up, or that I don't know what to talk about because I am very awkward and I get very nervous in front of new people, so yeah, we'll see. Here I'm just making a lot of holes because I'm planning to plant trees here, and then I'm leaving the cherries at the ground so I know where to stunt the trees. I think it's important to know where to plant your trees and build your path around them when you want to make it look overgrown. So that's just what I'm trying to do. Now that I have made some more pathing, maybe you will see what my problem is with this build. And that is that I feel like it kind of looks like a swimming pool. Since I have this sunken area with all of these tiles in them. I don't know if this is just me though, but it has crossed my mind, and I think I want to try to make an abandoned swimming pool with the same path, but I am unsure if it works in this build or if it's too much. Yeah, let me know what you think. I'm also sprinkling flowers everywhere like I always do because flowers equals overgrown in my mind, and the colors also ties it all together with the overall vibe of my island, because with this white path, this area really sticks out, and I'm not sure if that's a good or bad thing yet. I've been very excited to do this build because I've been dying to use the new hospital items. I still haven't gotten to the place where I build a hospital in the Happy Home Paradise DLC because I don't know why I just can't bring myself to play it. As you may know, I have a little bit of a internet Wi-Fi issue, so I can't do online trading, but I got all of these things when I was home for Christmas, so I've been having them for a while and I've just been thinking about using them, so it's very satisfying to use them. I try to use a little bit of different colors on each of the items to make it look messy, because messy is my lifestyle. And yeah, it just didn't look right when I tried to use all of the same colors and everything. If you watch my let's play of making this area, you have seen that there is a little canyon on the other side of the river, so I also plan to decorate that obviously, and then the canyon will lead to the beach. So I'm not sure what to put out there, if it should be another part of the hospital or just a secret way to a secret place. I haven't decided yet, but I would love to hear it if you have any suggestions. I have a lot of plans for this island, and I'm currently thinking of making a overgrown courtyard and then an abandoned school, including the pool I mentioned. So yeah, I think at least half of my island is decorated now. When doing these speed builds, I just get finished with so big chunks of my island, and it's so satisfying. After recording this video, I also went and decorated around the edges of this build a little bit more. You'll see some of it in this video, but not all, because I didn't feel inspired in that moment, and if I struggle too much with decorating, it's just so annoying for me to edit it. So yes. I also have a vision of making a really big lake somewhere on my island if I have enough space, because I think that would be really cool. I've seen so many cool lake builds recently, and lakes are awesome. We'll see what this island would turn out to be. If you have any suggestions for areas you want me to do, I would love to hear them. You can either leave it in the comments or you can join the Discord server and chat with me there. I would love it if more people would join. It's a very cozy place right now. I also think it would be really fun when I move back to the mainland and get good Wi-Fi again to have some game nights with you all on Discord. Maybe play Animal Crossing or Mario Kart or Overcooked or something else. I think that would be very fun. It's just so annoying that I have all these things I want to do, but my Wi-Fi here is so bad. Now we are at this point in the video where I'm just going to be decorating around the sunken area, so if you just wanted to see how the build turned out, you can skip to the end, but if you want to stay here a bit longer, that would be even more awesome. So what I'm going to do is that I will place some of the pathing around the sunken area to give it a illusion that the hospital used to be bigger. Maybe it was even 2 or 3 or 4 theaters big, who knows. And then I'm trying to intertwine the white tiles with the broken rock path. And I think it turned out pretty cool. I think they work well together in some strange way. I'm still struggling with that this makes it maybe even more of a pool vibe when I have this on the sides. Yes, I am still thinking about this. I wasn't sure if I wanted to use just hospital items or just more random items, which is why I struggled to decorate this when I was recording. But I wanted to use some of them, at least by the stairs, and then I kind of decided that I didn't want to put too much of the hospital stuff because this is right behind my resident service, and I don't want the first thing you see when you get to the train station part of the resident service to be a lot of hospital stuff in the background. Because then it will look like it's on the roof of the resident service, and that would be a little bit strange, I think. And then I also started to struggle with that if I placed too many items, it would be very difficult to walk here because the area is quite narrow actually. And I want everything on my island to be accessible without ladders and poles, even though I will leave it here for the dream address when that's done anyway. But my idea is that you can walk freely, even though you have to sneak between some corners. But even though it's possible to sneak, I sometimes get stuck for no reason at all, which is very annoying, so I try to keep it as open as possible. I don't know if you can even see it in this video, but I did change the parking lot on the right a little bit. I did talk about doing that in my last speed build, so in case anyone was wondering, I just made it a little bit more condensed and not as wide, and I think that worked out pretty well. And it also makes sense to have a parking lot next to a hospital, so then people go there and park their cars and then go into the hospital. Yeah, my explanations are as bad as always. That is no surprise whatsoever. I also wanted to put up some trees here, but I had to be careful that they didn't block the view, which is something I think is very difficult when making sunken areas. It's so easy to wanting to decorate the edge and then you figure out you can't even see what you have built down there, which is very sad. But overall, I think it turned out very nice with the decorations here on the side, which you won't see, but I do it later. And I think the hospital build is also really cool, and I hope you like it too. I haven't seen that many hospital builds on the islands. I've only seen the Happy Home Paradise stuff, so I don't know what to say. I'm just happy with how it turned out. The only part I'm a little bit concerned with is that behind this build is where I have my floating castle, and I'm not sure how I'm going to separate those from each other in a good way, so I will have to think about that. Yeah, there's so much thought going in this island right now. It's too much for my teeny tiny brain. But yeah, anyways, the video is coming to an end, and I will finally show you the final results of the hospital. Thank you so much for watching the video and staying until the end. If you want to see more content like this, please subscribe to the channel so you can get notified when I post new videos, and like the video if you like the video so I know and can continue making content like this. If you're interested, you can join the Discord. The link is in the descriptions below. And yeah, that's all I have to say. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!